The joke of the month is, why did the hipster burn his mouth? Because he ate his dinner before it was cool. Everybody in here has stuff that they do. Robin's going to talk sometime next year and about a deal that he's put together. Afa, he called me up because he's got some stuff. I'm a conservative investor, and he is too, so I'm really interested in listening to what he's going to say tonight. But he had some stuff, and he just called me up and said, hey, let's talk about this. So whatever your strengths are, give them to the group. One of my strengths is I read a lot of books, so I always tell book of the month. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. 1st of February, I decided, or 1st of November, I decided that I needed to create some new habits. So I'm going through all my books that I've ever bought that are on habits, and I bought a new one called Mini Habits. And so far, I could have forgotten one of the old books, but so far it's a really good book. So if y'all want to get a good book on habits, this Mini Habits is a good book. Just so you guys know that the subject tonight is just for your entertainment. It's not professional. It's not meant to steer you anything. If you hear anything you like, talk to a professional about it. We're not getting legal or accounting information. And like I said, if you've got anybody you know that would be good for the group to hear, a lawyer or anything that has to do with real estate, get them a hold of us so that we can have them present to the group too. This is, stand up, Afa. This is Afa. He's from Hawaii. I have a personal heart from my heart for him. He's going to talk tonight about some deals that he's put together, and he's a conservative investor, and he's going to tell us his philosophy.
Yeah. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Lee. I'm not sure where the room is. So I'm going to stand here-ish. That's okay with everybody else? Okay, my name is Clemio Ponanui Hano Afa Garrigan. Although I can say that, let alone spell it, took me to 6th grade to learn how to write my name. But yeah, my mom decided to name you longer than the alphabet type name, and any social security card, driver's license, passport is all just his middle names. Every bank account is they keep yelling at me because it's not the right guy or something like that. So FYI, don't name your kid that long. Just take you a little while. Yeah, I'm from Hawaii. I've been there for 18 years. I pretty much did everything you can do in Hawaii. Then I got a full ride scholarship, went to the University of Utah. Go Utes. Back in 04 to 08, back in the days when Urban Meyer and Alex Smith was there. Back when I was a starting linebacker over there, and if you played Madden in 2009, you probably played me as a linebacker in the video game. Ran with 13-0 Sugar Bowl with Whittingham, 12-0 Fiesta Bowl, and our high school team was undefeated state champs. Everybody that was in first string had a D1 scholarship, so I had everything. Ran off an LDS mission, 2 years, lots of door-to-door, salesman, whatever, leadership development, talking skills. We did all that, came back, had some more fun. 3 out of 5 years, and I told my coach, you can give the rest of the scholarship to somebody else, because I don't believe I need a piece of paper to run an entrepreneurship business. After that, I ran a fire inspection company. That little fire extinguisher, a stupid little piece of paper on top of it, that cost me 2 pennies when I bought 10,000 of them, and I sold for $50. Residual required by law. So every client that we nailed had 27 dudes in Salt Lake City, Utah, 1 million people. And 15 new accounts a day, $10,000 a week, blah, 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 blah. Ran into that. I always wanted to get into real estate investing. I either wanted to sell the company or just make a lot of money and bypass it. So after that, 3-4 years in 4 states and blah, 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 then I learned what verbal contracts were. What's not hard on paper contracts. I learned that lesson right out of college after 4 years of my life. First kid came. I said, you need to sign on the dotted line after this company's mine. Didn't want to sign, so I left the fire world. And then I was learning, hey, maybe I should start my own fire company. I know how to play the game. And then I said, why am I starting a fire company if what I really want to do is real estate? I'm just going to buy and sell the company just so I could bypass it anyway. Why don't I just jump into real estate? So $100,000 of education network. Mm-hmm. 6 months of my life. Flew to California 3 times, Texas twice, Florida once. Every RELA club, any course that was in Salt Lake City, Utah. REA clubs was 200 to 300 people. High competition. If you can find one house and compete with that kind of competition, you gotta be on your super A game, and you gotta like pretty much pocket deal everything. Or else, if you looked at something on the MLS, you were way too late. Oh yeah, you were way too late. Ancient history. As soon as you say, oh, that's a nice deal. As soon as you say Zillow, get the hell out of my face. Don't ever say Zillow over there. It's ancient stuff. Okay? So if you want to play over there, you need to compete pretty big. So I got all this information. I eat, sleep, drink, shit, and whatever. Real estate investing. Until you dream about real estate investing, you're not ready. Until you're working on real estate investing, don't invest a damn dime in the market. Until you've read enough, YouTubed enough, played the game enough, went out to dinner enough, went to enough meetings enough, spent some money, because for some strange reason, a lot of us don't want to spend money and want to get the free information. Free information doesn't necessarily mean that it's on the market today. But when you spend enough money on top of it, you start to value the information. You really want to learn it. So, spent a lot of money. Played the game a lot. After 6 months of doing that, I finally learned enough about what I'm going to tell you that I closed 2 deals on the same week with $500,000, absolutely not my money, with a 500 credit score. You need to sink all this in. You need to sink this in your head.
Was this the injury one?
Yes. Oh, but not me. Not me. We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
But you need to sink this in your head, okay? I came to there, 6 months of intense, started dreaming about real estate investing. I knew I was ready. Finally got in the game, played the game, set up the whole thing that I'm going to be talking to you about. Finally, nailed 2 deals, pocket deals. Instantly, $500,000 was in my pocket in 3 days. I had a 500 credit score at the time. And when I nailed $70,000 in profit in less than 4 months, it was an infinite return on my money. Infinite return investment. Infinite. Which means, if you haven't known what that means, it means that absolutely zero of your cash goes to a deal. And out of the air equals $70,000. 2 deals. Now it's a nice old big old story, right? Now it's time for me to tell you what the heck I did. How do you do that? You got a couple philosophies inside your brain, a couple belief systems, and my goal is to shake it up. Might be a little bit direct, a little bit blunt. Some behavior systems might be challenging your mentality, and that's good. It's healthy. Okay? I'm not going to say I'm a guru in any way. Just another guy, another Hawaiian. I just learned a lot. I took 10 years worth of investing mentality and mentorship in 6 months. I took $100,000 worth of real estate. If you did a PhD in college, you're spending $6 figures. Same thing, but instead of going 10, 13 years to be a doctor, just smash that type of thing into a low 7 months or something. But on your first deal, or second deal, after that, 4 months later, you made 70 grand. How many deals do you have to do? How long is it going to take you to run 10 years worth of your mentor's brain and smash it into your brain? It could take you 10, 20 years to do that if you want to do the cheap route. Or you can just do these courses and go get it. Be a little bit more aggressive. I'm kind of promoting, if you see a course in something like wholesaling, if there's a wholesale, you should be taking a course every 3 months. You should be going and getting educated. Any education at all is always better than where you're currently at. It's just a shortcut to the learning curve. Okay, so very first thing I want to talk about is your identity. The second thing I'm going to be talking about is the process of being a conservative investor. And the third part thing, if we have enough time, we're going to talk about macro and micro and the economics and really say where we are now and where we should be. If we have time, we're going to question it. Very first thing, identity. I've been in, my wife and I are full-time RVers. For the last 2-3 years, we've been traveling around. I've been in a few RCIA things. I've been talking for a little while. I'm being a little nervous and rusty, but the very first thing I see in a lot of real estate investment associations is identity. Identity. So we're going to go a little parable of an orchestra. Everybody, visualize on the top balcony. You're seeing the most beautiful orchestra with the most beautiful classical music on the whole entire planet. Dude stands up with a little stick. Tap, 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 tap. 50 people's eyes are looking at him. Trombones, percussions, flutes, clarinets, the triangle guy, saxophone. Everybody has their job. Do you know what kind of interview process they have to go through to get on this type of orchestra? Do you know how many years somebody has to play the flute before you even get inside the orchestra? Okay. All of that has to do with building your team the right way. You are, as an investor, the orchestrator. Period. Do you ever see an orchestrator guy magically pick up a clarinet and start playing in the middle of the thing? Hell no, because he's not the clarinet player. The clarinet player has been playing for 30 years. He's been the best of the best clarinet player in the whole land. His job is to only be clarinet. And it's the same thing with being a carpenter. It's the same thing with being a general contractor. It's the same thing with being a title guy, a real estate agent, broker, whatever, anybody that's on your team. A lot in all REIAs think that they're going to save money by being the general contractor. Or think they're going to save money by being the agent. So we can double dip at 3%. Forget 3%. I'm teaching you infinite return. What's better?
Infinite.
Yeah. You know how many agents there are? Shit ton. That's how much there are. If you're lucky, you double dip at 6%. If you like the person. But if infinite return investors do not think like realtors. Infinite return investors don't think like general contractors. Infinite return investors don't think like my own money from the oil field is what I'm going to use to buy this house. We don't think like that. The money person is a clarinet. The general contractor is a saxophone. They've been a general contractor for 30 years. I'm the stick guy. I'm the guy that goes a little bit louder, they stop, home inspectors, they stop, traders, they stop, realtors, they title, the money guy, 401k, another guy that goes like this. How much money do I put in the deal? Zero. Who gives me deals? Realtors, brokers, pockets, wholesalers. Who fixes the house? Not this Hawaiian. As soon as this Hawaiian touched the hammer, we all lost money. And a lot of it. You don't know shit about fixing a nail or a water heater. Don't ask me general contractor questions. Ask the general contractor that question. I just know the big process from A to Z. Let's be completely transparent. I flick videos. Another movie. I just hung out with a lot of movies. But what I can be proud about is that I went from A to B to C all the way to Z. Perfectly. Mathematically. Methodically. Completely aware and conscious of exactly what the next step is. Everyone did their job. And I just took the infinite return at the end. So I only did 2 deals in my whole thing. After that, separation, divorce, because I went 7 days a week. With the machine back. I think a few of us kind of been through that a little. Ran it. So the very first thing is identity. You have to know your identity as a sophisticated investor. You are only the orchestrator. You are not anything else. A lot of the bad habits that form as a fix and flipper or wholesale or anything else form when you think something else. Risky, muddy. And then later on you end up losing money because you're over leveraged. You're doing this and this instead of splitting the team. If you are having your own oil money at $100 grand a year, how many houses can you flip with your own money before all your money's gone? 1, 2, 3. When you have an infinite return of money, how many houses can you flip at the same time? Oh! So that's what's the difference between not being a money guy. If you're the general contractor that's fixing the toilets, how many houses can you flip at the same time? 2? Or if you're the renter, then you're the landlord and the, what do you call that, property management. If you want to save money, once you buy your first passive, you'll automatically get a property management. How many toilets can you fix on a weekend? And if you're fixing toilets and you're not finding deals, an investor finds deals, doesn't do that stuff. You hire somebody else to do it. So it's all about switching the philosophy and getting clear about what you do. In identity, I want to throw out the first 3 F's, and you want to keep it in focus. Yeah, us men especially. F that thing all up, we're all screwed over. 3 F's in life. First is faith. Second is family. Third is finances. Faith, family, finances, and always in that order. Way back when I was 40 pounds lighter, my world was flipped the other way. The triangle of finances first, family second, faith and family last. Guess what happens when you're top heavy? I don't think I'm the only one that ever went through this in our life. I'm just the one that's publicly standing up here telling each other the truth and being transparent about this. This is where I only did 2 deals perfectly, and then everything else just shattered. So now, I finally learned to be a hippie in California, a little bit more Hawaiian, set up an LLC the right way, do it the right way. Rather do it slowly and perfect. Do it slow and do it right. It's more important than doing it fast and doing it wrong. To me, being aggressive is trying to move too fast. The odds of you being able to mess things up and losing a lot of money in real estate is overnight. It's fast. Rather teach you methodical, 1 step at a time. If you can go from A to Z perfectly, the next time you can do it twice, and you can do it a little faster because you already know what the steps are. Then you can do it super fast. And pretty soon you're doing 1 a week, running 3 or 4 months before the exit goes out, and you're running 16 at a time. Is the process that I was taught. So I'm telling you that the way that I'm going to teach you about the process of being a safe investor, you can build it up to running 16 at a time. That's what my mentor was doing. It's only I did 2, and then I got separation divorce. Then I learned my lesson. Switched it the other way. So first is faith, family, and finances. Okay, keep that in order. Always God first. Okay, with faith, I wanted to share with you a little bit of Hawaii. I'm from old school Hawaii. I'm from chanting. I'm from old dancing. Before modern and all this tourist world came up, and everybody was talking about the volcanoes and about the oceans and about the land and things. All the ancient chanting and ancient dancing. Faith. Whatever faith you're in, regardless of whatever it is, you need to put that first as a conservative, safe investor. Because if you learn the rules of upstairs, nothing moves down here, including investing in real estate, unless everything's connected here. It took me a little while to figure that one out. So my very first conservative, safe investment advice, you could say, is make sure you and your creator, in whatever word or name that is, it's this power that goes out this way, and it makes whatever investment thing you want to roll. It's never, once you start thinking it's me and the house, things collapse. Once you start saying, source, make this house, things fall into place. And so whatever that looks like, I'm here to encourage you that that's the first thing. Second thing is family, then finances.
Wasn't it? Okay, now we got the identity thing. We're gonna move into the process. We're gonna have a big monstrous funnel. Big monstrous funnel. I ran at least 100 to 1,000 properties looking at numbers a day. At least 100 to 1,000 properties a day. At least. When this was Salt Lake City, the timeline was somewhere near 2009 to 11. Just crashed. What happens to a recession market when it just crashes? How's the market?
It's fire too.
It's flooded. There's just inventory everywhere. It's easy to run 100 to 1,000 properties when the market crashes and 9 out of 10 houses are in foreclosure. And that's a little bit market. But big up here, a lot of brokers, a whole lot of agents, a lot of wholesalers, a lot of friends, a lot of realtors, everybody's your phone, your emails, all that crap. How many realtors do you go through before you find one realtor that has any experience with working with investors?
100.
100. That's the real number. How many of you guys talk to realtors and I don't know shit about working with investors? I don't know anything.
That's true.
Can I give you the advice that if your mom, your cousin, your brother-in-law, or someone in the family that you say, oh, he's a realtor, he's got the MLS, he's got the access, whatever, I'm going to use him. Absolutely not. I don't want you damaging your family relationships when you're an uneducated investor, don't know how to play the game yet in family. Things start getting awkward. Wait for a little while until you become a clean, clear investor. Sophisticated, a lot of wisdom. Then you can teach your family member what you're looking for. Because currently, right now, many of us don't know what we're looking for. And law of attraction says you're going to get a realtor that has no idea what you're looking for either. And they're going to end up sending you a whole bunch of crap that is not deals. Okay? So how do you get through 100 realtors to send you deals? You need to call a lot of them. The trick, the easier way to do it, is if you're in a real club in any other major city, a million or whatever, there's 200 to 300 of them. After every one of them, they go out to dinner. When they go out to dinner, there's only about 20 of them that go out to dinner. Those are the ones that's actually doing deals. After about 10 o'clock at night, half of them leave, and at about 11 o'clock, 11:11 is the magic hour. At 11 p.m., forget the RIA Club. Forget whoever was talking, this nice general information. But what you want to do is get to 11 p.m. at that dinner where the real ballers are at. The easiest way to find your realtor is to use the guy that's fixing and flipping's realtor in your town. That's where your RIA Club comes in with a lot of it. That's the shortcut. If you don't have that yet, then you're not traveling outside of state and a whole bunch of this and that. Then the next easiest step is Google the top 10 realtors in your town. What's that?
That doesn't work very well,
Where's,
by the way.
Real estate agents, they go get a license, and what's that place called? That big umbrella company they use?
MLS?
EHP.
Keller Williams?
Yeah, it's like a real, who cares? EHP. There's some real estate, like, big association that goes over 50 states. They're all licensed underneath it. But they all have a, top 10 brokers, top 10 buying agents that bought the most, and top 10 selling agents that ever sold. You want to find a buying agent. Buying agent specializes in working with investors. Okay, if you don't say that, as soon as no one knows what, I can be that, hang up the phone. You don't want to go through 100. You just need to funnel into the best of the best. Why do you want to find a buying agent? The only reason there's a buying agent that's number one in that company is because there's a broker's office, and the top buying agent is right next to that office. When a broker has inventory, the number one buying agent is the first one next door. They're the ones that get it. When something falls out, they're the one that get it. Then there's other smaller buying agents, and then there's a top selling agent, a little bit smaller. Somewhere in your family tree, somebody in your family is like a selling agent, or just a buying agent, or just random. They just sell to families, husband, wife, 2 kids, a dog, retail. That's 99% of all realtors. You don't want to talk to them. Yeah. The easiest way is, when I call up, I said, who's your buying agent? Who's your number one buying agent that specializes in working with investors? Once you get to that point, you say, oh, that's Jim. Jim, send me the last 10 deals that you sent to all the investors. As soon as he sends you the last 10 deals, you can tell whether this guy knows what the hell he's talking about or he's not. As soon as you interview them, the odds of you ever finding these guys is pretty rare. The easier way is to get it in here. Someone inside of here is fixing and flipping houses right now, even though the market is where it is right now, lower inventory. But someone in here is the one that has the realtor. Usually it's hard to get out. You better be pretty good friends. So that's the first part of the big funnel. There's a whole lot of networking. It takes a long ass time to bring properties from here to here. Another thing I want to do with conservative safe investing is hotspots. Okay? When I go into a town, I go to a realtor and say, send me a list of all the solds in the last 30 days. Okay? This is the tricky part. Not a lot of realtors know how to do this. Make that list in an Excel spreadsheet format.
Oh, yeah.
That's tricky. Not a lot of realtors know how to do that. You're gonna have to really like work with them or get their boss or something like that and figure it out. Give me the last 30 days in Odessa and Midland. Everything that's sold. Now put it inside of an Excel spreadsheet format. Now this green file gets sent to you. You want to go to batchgeo.com. Batchgeo.com. You take the address, you stick it inside of there, and boom, you get a whole lot of pin drops. Over here, this cluster Odessa, this cluster Midland, a bunch of clusters. And then you get onesie, twosies in rural land, oil land, farmland, middle nowhere. That's what's going to end up being on top of your piece of paper. In this cluster, you want to highlight whatever road, this road, that road, this road, that road. And there's going to be about 5 little clusters that's been selling in the last 30 days. You understand what I'm saying? In the last 30 days, now you charted it. There's 5 or 6 hot spots in Odessa and Midland that's been selling in the last 30 days. How safe is your deal when your house that you're looking for is bought inside of this pin drop area? How many comps do you have when you buy a house that's inside of these 6 spots? You have a shit ton. How much is your money guy gonna give you the money when he can see that there's 6 or 10 houses that look exactly like your house, same square footage, same windows, same whatever, and you have 10 comps right next to you, all within like a quarter mile, half a block from each other. Now you try and buy a rural land out of nowhere, something middle of nowhere, and then you try and buy a CMA report from your one realtor that's retail, it's a piece of crap, out of nowhere. You take that to your money guy. Oh, I found this deal. 50 grand. ARV, 120. 30 grand in rehab. Where's your comps? Well, the cow next door ate them. No damn clue what the F you talking about. Your money guy would never give you money. What I'm teaching you is how to swing it inside of this hot spot point. Now I understand that where we are in the macro picture, the inventory is lower now. It's not impossible. There is still inventory out there to get, but it's at the high type of the bell. But in the macro, you can see when there's cranes in the airs and everything's doing good. When cranes are in the air, it also means that we're on the slippery slide down. When the slide goes down, inventory goes up. Okay? So this part. So remember, whenever I go into a spot, I say, give me a realtor that's confident enough to talk like an investor. Finally, I find one. It's a miracle. Then I say, send me the solds in the last 30 days. Okay? In an Excel spreadsheet format. Excel spreadsheet format. 9 out of 10 of them have no damn clue how to do it. You're going to have to work on that and figure it out. Once you get the Excel spreadsheet, you're sending it to batchgeo.com. Batchgeo.com. Once you push play, it's going to go boom, 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 boom. Then you get this street, that street, this street. Then you go back to your realtor. Odessa, right here. This street, that street, this street, that street. Pull me the last 90 days of solds inside of this thing. Just regular single families. Don't give me no trailers. Don't give me apartment, none of that. Just single families, just right here. Pretty soon that little square gets even more dots. 90 days worth of solds. We can tell this spot is hot. Now you take the Excel spreadsheet format and you say, single family, what style is it? Rambler home. Duplex. 3 or whatever, split level. or something, whatever, by style. And then you find it, you filter it by like square footage. And you find out that all these Rambler Texas homes all average 1,100 to 1,700. They all average 3.2, 4.2s on average. There's random 5-guy, random 2.1, but on average, you find these nice sweet spots, and they all on average sell between 140 and 160, whatever. That is your super cherry. Super cherry. You already know if a thing popped up at 100,000, that's the same description in this pot, you already know it's 160. You already know what the ARV is. You know that once you punch comps in that area, you got all the backup you ever need to send to any money guy that's ever looking for money. That's the spots that you want to hit. You don't want random shit out in the middle of nowhere. Sorry for swearing. There's a lot of sensitive views. I'm sorry, I should have said that earlier. Uh-oh. What's up, man?
Come on in.
Sorry, guys.
So now you got 6 spots. Doesn't matter what town you go to. You're traveling throughout, you can find the same things in every town. The easier way to find your team is to go to a RIA club, is to hang out with dinner, is to wait until 11 p.m. Those are the people that have all your phone numbers that you need. So that's the money, that's the big funnel coming in. Next, we got the big conveyor belt, the process. Okay? Let me tell you that whenever you have the paperwork for like setting in an offer or something, if your paperwork isn't already inside of your realtor's office with it all filled out, and the only thing not filled out is the price that you're going to tell her over the phone, write this price in there and submit the offer. If your proof of funds, EMD check, LLC EIN, I don't know, there's like 20 pieces of paper. All your fine print that says 10 business days is my due diligence period. All this stuff. If your package of, sorry, that'll take a whole nother class, but your package of like 20 pieces of paper isn't already inside that person's office, you're already behind the game. If your person sends you something on your phone and says, oh, I just got this deal, the average investor goes this, oh, I need to go check out the house.
No.
I need to go look at the windows. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, $200. Oh, my God, shower head. Oh, it's cracked on the wall. Oh, my God. Oh, God, crack over here. Oh, there's weeds on the lawn. Oh, this shit is $45,000 in repairs. I need to call my realtor. Realtor, send me comps. A day later, your realtor sends you comps. You look at it, you figure out your ARV in your weird way that isn't the right ARV. And then you minus your rehab from the down process. And you're like, shit, I need to offer him like 40 cents on the dollar. Your realtor sends you that text. It says this address. The same realtor sent me that text. This address. I went to my thing, I said, hey, put in the offer for $65,000, see if I'm going to do that. The odds of you actually landing the deal is very low. If they call you, that means that you nailed it right around the right area. And you're the fastest one, because she already has all your paperwork in her file. She takes her file, manila folder out, has your 20 pieces of paper, EMDs, all your proof of funds, you have 300, you're already super qualified. She writes $65,000. She makes a scan. She takes your master. She makes a scan, makes a new thing, $65,000. It's already, for me, some realtors don't like you. If your realtor has to make you sign it, I tell her, forge my signature. I'll send you a power of attorney tomorrow. Because the paperwork needs to go in 5 minutes ago. Now that she has my papers, she ran the number, she forged my signature, I send her a power of attorney tomorrow, she gives it to the broker. My deal, my offer is already on the table. While you are running over there half an hour later, trying to get to this magic cow land, find out all this rehab crap that your numbers are off and wholesale retail prices. And then you finally get to your computer a day later, sends you the comp, day later you write your offer, all this shit, and it's under contract. So I'm telling you that if you want to play the game, even as wholesale, I don't know what the hell's changed these days. Right. You gotta learn how to play the game fast. Fast. Speed. The big one. Okay, now we're starting the process though. The deals are coming down. The deals are already inside of your pockets. You already know where the hot spots are. You're not taking any deals that's not. The safe conservative investor knows that when I buy a house, the days on market is 30 days or less, period. 30 days or less, it's gone. If you don't like 30 days or less, it's too much, move. Get out of the market. 90 days to me is too long. The longer it is, the less safe it is. The longer it is, you ever paid 1% on a hard money loan at 3 and 15? You know what that means? That means about $1,000 a month. Yeah. The longer it takes you to rehab when you're trying to do it yourself, because you're miserable. And instead of getting a crew, and it takes you 4, now 5, now 6 months, you ever paid $1,000 a month on money? The longer it is, the more unsafe it is. The shorter it is, the safer it is. Okay? That's why I only buy in pockets where there's plenty of comps, and the days on market is always 30 days or less. Does that make sense? Making sense. All right, good. Now all the paperwork's in. And if your paperwork ain't like what I just said, you need to get it to that point. Okay, because you might be good here. But if you ever traveled and moved around, you don't know how to compete with 1 million people, then that's the key that's going to get you deals, while 99% of the other ones are still learning how to get deals. That's a big piece, okay? It's a lot of paperwork, but you'll figure it out. Once I get a deal, inside of my paperwork, it says I got 10 business days for due diligence / research. If you are an auction person with $100,000 in cash going to an auction house and you can only see the outside and not the inside, to me that's not safe. That's not my strategy. It works for a lot of people. Usually the profits are like this much and you're moving things fast and it's volume type thing. To me it feels too risky. And my money type people don't like risk. We're going to get to money people down here, but down here, once you get a deal, you got 10 business days. All I need is 3. When you start to build a team, you got to get the right trombones, the right clarinets, the right saxophones, and every one of them has been doing 20 to 30 years inside of their game. It has to be at least double-digit years. Okay? The very next thing you're going to do is you're going to get a home inspector. Home inspector. Out of Odessa and Mainland, I don't know, there's got to be 30 of them hiding around here. Okay? You're going to find the home inspector that's been around for at least 10 years. Double digits. 10, 20, 30 years playing the game. You're looking for the home inspector that is a fanatic, freak of nature. Okay? When you find a home inspector, you say, send me a sample of the last 3 home inspections you did. If he has 1, 2, or 3 pieces of paper with like 6 pictures, don't ever use him ever. Ever.
I agree.
Piece of crap. When you get a home inspector that has 20 pages with like 400 pictures of a bent nail, that's the one you want. Do you want that guy? That's like 1 in a freaking 1 in a 50. You want, how many home inspectors do you need to go through before you find the right one? Shit ton. What's the shortcut?
Call.
Get to the RIA club. There's always a shortcut. The shortcut is always the RIA club. Whoever's doing the fix and flip inside of here has the right investor, has the right home inspector, been doing it in this town for 5, 10 years or whatever. He already went through 50 home inspectors of crap to find the one perfect one. 11 o'clock at dinner is where all the magic happens. Okay? Get the home inspector. When you find your clarinet player that's been working for years at just specializing in this, that means you don't have to learn. I just trust his numbers. Next thing you want is his resume. 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 You want his resume. Because when you give his resume to your money guy trusts you, gives you more money. Okay? So you need a specific home inspector. Day 1, you seal the deal, paperwork, savings says, that's yours. Right there, day one of your 10 business days, which usually means Monday through Friday, business days, because if there's a holiday, if you say like 14 days is your due diligence period, sometimes it's a holiday, and it screws you out of another day, Saturday and Sundays. So I say 10 business days. It sounds less, you get the deal easier, but if there's a holiday, then you still got that day, even if they're closed. You got that due diligence. Day one, you get a home inspector, that's part of your clarinet team or whatever. 12 o'clock midnight, his ass better be sending you that report. 12 o'clock midnight, his ass better be sending you that report. Because the very next day, at 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 3 o'clock, you're having 3 general contractors come into this house. 3 general contractors need a home inspection report. They need a super detailed report. If every general contractor that came in and I gave them 20 pieces of paper with 400 pictures, and I said, what is it going to cost to fix every picture, every line on top of this thing? I need you to send me a bill. Is it pretty? He's going to go walk around for about 2 hours. He's going to find all these pictures of a bed nail. And if you're lucky, you're going to find mold and foundation issues and all this other chemical weird shit that happens inside of big problems. Big problems is just glory hole heaven. We love big problems. Big problems is good. Okay. If it's a meth house with a whole bunch of chemicals inside, it's the best. It's the best, I'll tell you what. If you got foundation issues, half the house broken, it's the best. Biggest money makers on the planet. And if you have a home inspector that gives you like 40 pictures of the problem of the foundation issue, it's heaven when you get to this point, okay? That's why you want it. Now, 3 general contractors are going to give you 2 bids. Their first bid is every problem that's on this home inspection list. Line by line says $75, $20, $5, whatever. It totals out at whatever the hell it is, $34,000. Okay? That's the first bid he's going to send you at 12 o'clock that night. Any later, fine. The next bid he's going to give you is the upgrades, the ARV part of it. Stainless steel refrigerators, granite, 3-tone paint, whatever the hell. Everybody is a little bit different, whatever. But he's going to give you, you're going to give him like, oh, this is what I use on every house. And some people are a little bit against that, but for me, the same paint I use in this house, the same damn color paint I use in that house. It's the same one I use at that. Once all my contractors know that it's the same paint, the same door, and the same windows, the same thing, and the same Rambler home, the same square footage, and the same shit. How much easier is it for them to go? Okay. Some people are like, oh, I like this one being shade of gray, and I like this one being yellow. Oh, it's weird stuff. Just cookie cut the damn thing. You can't run 16 houses if they're all different shades of gray. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So now the 3 general contractors send you 2 different types of bids. First one is home inspection, all the problems, fix it. Especially if you have foundation, mold, or meth, or something weird like that, heaven. Okay? As is problems. Second one is ARV, what is going to upgrade the thing. 12 o'clock midnight, you get these bids. Guess who's the next person that's coming in? Saxophone player. Anyone know?
Money.
Okay, you got the deal. Okay, you got the home inspection. You got 3 general contractors. Next team member, louder.
Todd
Lower
Roger.
down, louder. Who's the next person? Like no one uses, you need to use appraiser. 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 No one wants to use them. Costs too much money, right? Every state says the same thing. That's why it's not safe. That's why your deal is not safe. That's why you don't get funded. Okay? But if you do have this, what's the odds of you getting funded when you have this type of package?
A lot better.
It's not about money. It's about this. If you know how to play this game, you have all the money to play the game. Appraisal. What kind of appraiser do you want? Come on, I told you the same type of home inspector. I told you the same type of general contractors. Oh, by the way, general contractors, you're going to get resumes from all 3 general contractors. Guess how long they have to be in the trade?
10 years.
10 years minimum. 10 years minimum. If you're less than 10 years, I don't want you on my team.
You use cookie cutter thought process. It's very easy to figure you out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I'm the one, I get $500,000 to play the game with not my money. And I do it safe. And if I can build another deal, I get $500,000 tomorrow. Infinite return. All right. Appraiser comes in. How many years does he need to be an appraiser?
10 years.
10 years. You gonna get a resume?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, there's probably 30 to 50 appraisers in Odessa and Midland. How many appraisers, how long is it gonna take you before you find the right appraiser that works with investors?
100.
Long ass time. What's the short time? What's the shortcut?
REI.
REI. It's the same thing in 50 states. At 11 o'clock in dinner night, the guy that's flipping in your property, in your town, is the one that has the appraiser. That's why you gotta go over there and play the game. 11 o'clock at night is where all the magic happens. Don't go to REIA at 7 o'clock and leave at 8. Don't go to REIA and leave at 9. They go to dinner just to drink beer at 10. Half of them leave. The real ballers are at 11. People that know how to play the game in this market and keep their finger on the market every day is at 11. That's where your magic is. Guess what kind of appraiser you want?
Detail oriented.
You want the president of the chapter of appraisers. The president of the chapter of appraisers. This is in all 50 states. The president of the chapter of appraisers. President of the chapter of appraisers.
We have one like that in the state.
Do you know what it costs for a president of the chapter of appraiser to come walk your house?
President of the chapter.
Is it going to be a little higher than the normal appraiser? Or a
Yes.
desktop appraisal? Hell yeah, it's going to be more. When you get a home inspector that runs this thing, I don't know, $400.
Oh yeah.
Give or take, whatever state it is, 500, 300, I don't care. Doesn't matter, it's not my money. I'm just gonna pay the guy. When the president of chapter appraiser comes over there, he's gonna have a home inspection report. President of chapter of appraisers. I want 2 appraisals. Most people that use an appraisal know that there's a desktop appraiser. It's pretty much his opinion like a realtor. He pulls his own CMA, he just says his opinion, he sends you a little bill for $35, something stupid like that. You want the president of chapter to come over to your house and walk the property, take a bunch of pictures. When he gets to that house on day 3, you're gonna hand him the home inspection report, all the problems. You're gonna hand him, at 12 o'clock at night, you get 3 general contractor bids, 2 bids. One as is, all the problems, right now, and one that is gonna be at the value after you repair it. Once you hand that to the president of the chapter of appraisals, you say, I want 2 appraisals. One is as-is appraisal. And the second is a ARV appraisal. It's not too much rocket science, right? I think we're on the same page, right? But the president of the chapter of appraisals, when he stamps his little stamp on top of there, it says, I'm the president. I'm the one that teaches all appraisers how to be appraisers. You get his resume. How long do you think he's been appraising if he's the president?
15 years.
Easy. Easy. Do you know how easy it is to get money?
Easy.
When you got the stamp of a president of the chapter of appraisals in your town?
Yeah.
Way easy. When another appraiser comes in and tries to say your value of your house is less, you got his ass all day. Okay? So now he comes back. He goes, you want 2 appraisals? It's gonna cost me around $400. Give or take. 500, 300, who cares? Doesn't matter. Your money guy's paying for it anyway. Doesn't matter what it costs. What does matter is that it's the president. Not some piece of crap thing that you Google. Okay? Don't do that. Okay? It's the president. If it's not the president, I don't know. I'll tell you, it's not safe. Money people that give you money want their money safe. Okay? So you have to get the president. Now he's going to give you 2 appraisals. One is the as-is appraisal. He's going to look at your home inspection report. He's going to walk the property, take a bunch of pictures. He's going to say, this Rambler house at 1,500 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, crack in the wall, crack in the floor, mold over here, meth in the backyard, whatever. I don't know. Whatever it says on the home inspection report. He gives you this number. Now let's pretend over here, the funnel comes down in the 6 hot spots that you got. You know the ARV is 150. It's a Rambler house, normal ass house, right? You got it under contract for 100, I don't know, somewhere around there. Okay, 100. President of a chapter of appraisal looks at your home inspection, says, damn, you got foundation problems? Damn, your three general contractors all said it's gonna cost you 10, 15 grand fix. Just foundation. When the bigger the problem, the more money you save, the more money you make. Meth problem, oh, this huge chemical bill, permit. Oh, we got tornado, what we got?
Amber.
Okay, he goes, oh, the general contractors, they said to fix foundation is 10, 8, and 15. We're gonna land it at 12. Okay, now he gives you the as-is appraisal. You got it under contract at 100. He says it's worth 92. Because now, there's a foundation problem. So the president of the chapter of the appraisal just said your house is only worth 92,000. You got it under contract at 100. What do? Now,
Renegotiate.
you take this whole freaking package of sexiness, okay? Stack it all together and you go back to that banker, and you say, due to all of this shit, and all the proof that I can prove to you, all the way down to this guy, all the general contractor bids telling me this, and this, and rehabs, the as-is appraisal. Is that me?
Well, it's actually based on the service you're on.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now you have all
Turn
this.
that room off.
I know. The speakers on with the alarm on, the noise maker, of course. Now you get leverage. Now you have proof. Now you go back to the bank and you say, I am not paying 100. The president just said, my home inspector just said, my general contractors just said, it's only worth 92. Here's all their resumes. They've been doing it for over 10, 20, 30 years. It will be 92, or I'm getting my EMD back, and I'm walking. You got 24 hours. Yeah.
He's out there beating people up at the door.
First safety. All right, good.
You are a trick.
What happens? What happens? What do you think happens when the bank person gets a package like this? Yes.
What did you say, A and D or?
Earnest money deposit.
Earnest money deposit, yeah.
EMD.
E and D, okay.
Depending on what state you're in, $1,000, $500, $2,000, 1% of the deal, the whole deal. If it's an $80,000 house,
Yeah.
some people just throw $80,000 as earnest money. It makes you look really good. Right? Whatever it is, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Whatever you put down as earnest money, you got 10 business days, aka 2 weeks, to do all your due diligence. And if you back out of the deal, what happens to your earnest money? You get it back. You get it back. Right? So day 1, home inspection. Day 2, 3 general contractor bids. Everyone's sending it in at 12 o'clock midnight. Day 3, president chapter of appraisal. By day 4, you have all the due diligence you ever need. I mean, you already have the CMA, you have your realtor already sent you all that crap. But now you have the report by day 4. By day 4, now you just wait till like day 9. And then you go, you're either giving me my earnest money back, or you're changing this price to 92 because of all these reasons. What if they don't give it to you at 92? Ooh, what happens? What happens?
You walk.
Huh?
You walk.
You walk, yes? Yes. What happens to your EMD?
Get it back.
You get it back. What happens to the house?
Someone else's problem.
It goes back on the market? Yes? What happens to all the paperwork and proof that you have on that house now?
Cheers.
You get to keep it.
Yes? What does that bank have to do when they are presented with proof about that house? They have to disclose it. 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 And when you got foundation issues, and general contractor bids, and appraisals, and all the proof on the planet, how many other people, when it comes back on the market, wants to deal with the foundation problem that's disclosed? That wants to do with this, and do with that, and do with this, and do with that? No one. That's your leverage. That's why the banker's going to give it to you at 92, because he does not want to put it back on the market with all the proof that there's meth in here. When you're at the auction, you got 100 grand in cashier's checks. Can you see the foundation in the basement?
Nope.
No, because it's not safe. Can you see the meth bomb that's inside that office? Smell of cappy? Hell no. What about the black mold behind the toilet in the shower that you didn't get to go inside the house and look at? Let alone have a home inspector that opens up your basement and goes underneath your house looking at stuff and like Inspector Gadget status. That's not safe. This is safe. And you know how much money is out there? I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say experienced investors. Experienced 401k plans that's out there. That they want to see this. You know how much people will fund your deal immediately? So that's the first reason why you have an as-is appraisal. Let's pretend your president says, as-is appraisal, 100,000. You got it under contract for 100,000. Are you going to go to the bank and say it's 100,000? No, it's just a double check. Super validation. It costs you $400 to get a super validation from the president. Okay? Now when your money people see that you got a super validation from your realtor that says a CMA, your home inspection says all these problems, your 3 general contractor bids, boom, 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 and the president of chapter of appraiser validates that your numbers are right. Does your money people like that?
Sure.
Hell yeah. That's why they're going to give you money all day. Okay? The second appraisal is the ARV appraisal, after repair value. The president is going to walk your house, says, okay, all these problems as is. Double check, you're good. Now the second one, you're going to fix it. You put stainless, you put granite, you're going to put all your paint, you're going to put on new toilet, new bathroom, new kitchen, all this stuff, whatever the hell it is, new roof, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to look inside this square mile. Guess how many Rambler homes within this square mile? And this side of this pocket, where it's 30 days deep. You know how many comps he's going to use?
Yeah.
How many comps do you have?
Whatever in that square.
Shit! On your CMA with your realtor, he's going to look around. How many comps does he have? A ton. The same square footage, the same style, the same age, the same year, the same bedrooms, bath, the same everything. You have a fat stack of proof that says ARV's 150. It just is. It's 20 of them. Just sold in 90 days. All you need is 10 in the last 30. DOT, DOM, days on market. How fast can this house now move? Less than 30 days. Less than 30 days. Gone. 30 days, gone. If it ain't 30 days, get out of the market. Find some other market. Only investment markets is 30 days. If you don't like it, it's just more risk. 60 days is fine, 90 days are fine, 30 days is the best. The type of deals I bring to my money people is just. Now you got this whole thing. Right? Oh, sorry. I'm going to finish it up. Okay, now we finally got that deal. Now you move to the money person is the next person. Okay. Any 401ks type things, anybody in the oil fields that has a $100,000 job, which is plenty of people out here. Anybody that's hard money, private money. How many of you guys have belief systems against using hard money loans?
Oh, I love hard money.
Oh, there we go. Now that's what I'm talking about. Some people in our eyes, 2 and 15, 3 and 15, 2 and 12, whatever the hell that is. No, I'm not going to do it because it's too much interest. I'd rather use a cheaper loan at a bank. I'd rather use my own money. All of that. I'd rather use 3 and 15. I'd rather use 3 and 15 with a hard money loan, and someone inside of RIA has $30,000 or $40,000 saved up for rehab and for the due diligence period. Every time you play this game, you better know that you're spending $1,000 a house, just throwing it away. You got to know that. Just to do the due diligence, you have to know you're going to throw away $1,000 in the home inspection and appraisals, just to find out if it's safe. When you do 5 of them like that, and 4 of them says it's not safe, the margins aren't right, it ain't good, it's too much mold, or they're not going to give us the right price, and that one that says yes, it's a green light, you just spent $4,000, $5,000, you got a green light, got the right one. This one is $30,000 on average per home is what you want to look for a return, profits, on average per home. A little less, a little more. but on average 30,000. Now you replenish the due diligence money. $4,000 or $5,000 that you use for due diligence. Yeah, that's how you do it. Once you sell this house, once you finish the rehab process, it goes back on the market with an agent. It's for sale, right? Everybody wants to come over there and look at it now, right? Take the key out of the house. Don't let anybody else in once it's under contract. Okay? If it gets under contract, take the key out. Some normal family is going to go over there and buy your house for $150,000. They're going to have to go get a loan from a normal bank. A normal bank is going to send a normal appraiser. This is where a lot of investors lose 10 grand. 10 grand is a lot of money. A normal bank with a normal family is going to send a normal appraiser that just got out of school 6 months ago. He's going to come in and look at your house. He cannot get in your house. There's no key in the box. He calls your realtor calls you. You and your realtor take the book to this guy. You unlock the door and you walk the whole property with this guy. This is what the house used to look like. Here's all the pictures. Here's all the home inspection reports. All these guys' resumes. Here's all the problems. This is the bids for the general contractors. Now all the rehab. We got stainless steel and granite and all that stuff. See the pictures? See the budget? This is our budget. This is what we did. Do you see the new roof and the new paint and the thing? Yeah, everything that's said here is exactly what we did. Now the president of the chapter of appraisers said this house is worth $150,000. Catch me, catch me. Come on, you gotta catch it.
They gotta buy it.
Gotta catch it. Can that normal guy, normal family with a normal bank, with a normal appraiser, when he comes in, he's gonna look at this house, I don't know, 145.
Less than that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
If you're a sophisticated investor, that's $5 grand. My money, and my free money, and for return money, but it's still my money. You cannot be dropping my price. My money guy gave me money because we targeted at 150. You need to protect it. You need to protect the price. The best way to protect it is to get the appraiser. The president of the chapter of appraisers is the one that taught that dude. Once you slam his stamp in front of his face and say, oh, is that the guy that taught you? Yeah. He's been doing it for 20 years in the area. Yeah. He told me it's 150 after everything's fixed. Is there any reason why it's not 150? No. Okay. Well, then we're solid at 150. Yeah. Do you need a copy of this? Here's your copy, newbie, new appraiser guy.
Yeah.
Because when you go back to the bank and they say validate as 150, you have enough proof for you to tell the bank, yeah, it's 150 because of all this proof. I know we got 5 minutes. Probably less now, it's probably 0. But you have to know the appraisal world. In 2008, we had the bubble in real estate. A big, big, big issue that happened then, now feds came in, is all the appraisers were just throwing numbers up there. Because anyone that breathed, who could fog a mirror, qualified for a loan. What's your house worth? I don't know, 235. I don't know, 400. I don't know, 500.
Actually, a lot of the appraisers got their prices directly for the people selling.
Yeah.
Hey, I think this house is worth $500,000. Yeah.
Just start throwing shit.
See,
up there.
I went through
They
that.
made a
I
bubble,
know.
and it blew up. Once it blew up, the feds came in and looked at stuff and said, oh, all you appraisers started throwing up some phony freaking numbers because it was selling so fast, and in 30 days it was real. So you guys just got lazy. We're going to pool all your licenses. If we ever smell you inflating the rates ever again, your appraisal license is pooled immediately. Every appraiser tuck tail and run. Every appraiser since 2008 looks at a house, gets super conservative, and drops the price just $5,000 under. They drop it just $10,000, just in case. I can't say it's 165 because I might get my license pulled. So you got to know that all the appraisers have this fear. And if the feds ever came into their office and said, hey, show me the proof, why did you do it at 165? If he doesn't have the proof, you pull his license. But if you give him the proof, now that new appraiser has all the proof on the planet that validates why he gave it at 150.
It's comfortable.
He's comfortable, super, he'll fight for you. He'll go to that bank with a normal family, and that normal bank, the normal appraisal, with proof. and says, hey, big boss bank man, it's 150 because of this. The last thing I want to tell you guys is title. That's the last team member's title. How many years does a title company have to be in the thing before you start
10
your
years.
team?
At least
At
10.
least 10. 10, 20, 30 years in your title company. The agent that you work with, you're going to get their resume?
Yes.
Yes. They have to be playing the game long enough. When you do title, hard money, private money, 401k money, doesn't matter, whatever it is. Who's the first lien on the house? Let's say it's a 401k of your grandma. Okay? Let's say you're borrowing that money, 200,000 or something like that. First lien, 200,000. That's the money you bought, right?
Right.
When you sell the house, the very first title, they ship it to your grandmother. The second lien is who?